Hello, Capricorn. How are you, baby? It's Haley with Tarot from Beyond, here to provide you with your March 2019 reading. A lot of people have been saying they can't hear me, but I have to keep my little pod a little bit of a distance away from my table so that you guys can see the cards. So I'm going to do some yelling so that you guys can hear me. I'm going to do a 10-card spread. The bottom card talks about the overall energy. And I'm just going to continue to pull cards until Spirit has made its point. I hope you guys are doing great. I really do. For those of you who are new to my channel, I thank you for being here. If this message resonates with you, I ask that you hit like and subscribe. Don't forget to hit the bell. This is a general read, so you know that it's not going to resonate with everyone. But if it does resonate with you, I'm glad that it does, so that I can offer you some clarity. If you are interested in a private reading, that information is in the description box. I love your comments. Positivity, please. Negativity, yeah, it's welcomed elsewhere, but not here, okay? I'm here to help. I am not here to control. I'm not here to offend. I'm not here to do any of that. I do have a disposition about myself that is very real and very straight up. So if you don't like cursing and you're new to my channel, then you probably don't want to be on this channel. You should be 18 or over if you are on this channel, because depending on the material discussed, I damn sure will let you know how I feel about it, okay? All right, so with that being said, we're going to do 2 more shuffles and get started, lovies. Capricorn. Spirit, can you please tell me what the collective at Capricorn needs to hear? Let them know what it is that you want to let them know, what you want them to focus on, Spirit. Something they can relate to, something that they need to know about. Let them know what it is that they need to focus on in love and in career, so that they can be better versions of themselves every day that every day goes by. Thank you very much, Spirit. I know that prayer has been answered. It is so. If at the end of the reading I feel that more clarity is needed, I may pull an oracle card or 2, but we'll see when we get there. Okay, loves? All right, bottom of the deck. Okay, Capricorn, I see some of you are dealing with some heartache, okay? Never easy. And then if you look at the number on top, 3, we're in the 3rd month of the year, okay? So the 3 of Swords really does talk about your thoughts, you know what I'm saying? And somebody putting thoughts in your head, and it's just breaking your heart. And clearly we're talking about love, so let's get into it. Overall energy is heartache, baby. And I'm telling you, we have all been there, and some of us are still there. And it does take some time for this to heal, but I'm telling you, every single time you deal with any type of heartache, I promise you, it is a learning experience that makes you greater later, okay? In the moment, though, yes, it is difficult, and I'm not going to sit here and lie to you and tell you that it's not, okay? I ended a relationship about 6 months ago, and my heart is still broken. I ended the relationship, but I know that it was something that needed to happen in order for me to be a healthier person spiritually, mentally, physically, in every way, shape, and form, and I'm still going through the transformation of that. I thought that the moment that I ended the relationship, or that the relationship ended, that I was just going to be wee. No, there's a whole there's a whole process that takes place when you end a relationship or when your heart is broken. Let the process take place, because I'm telling you right now, Spirit is in control, and Spirit is grooming you so that you can level up for your next partner. And I'm telling you, the next partner is going to be greater than the one you had last, okay? So let's get into it, babies. First card, the High Priestess. The High Priestess talks about, to me, right, I'm not going to say to me, I'm just going to talk about what Spirit is telling me to tell you. Number 1, Capricorn, I could tell that a lot of you have tapped into your spirituality in a way that you hadn't before. That may have driven a wedge between you and your partner. Your partner may not have liked that, and that may be one of the reasons why your partner has decided not to be with you. But also, your intuition is screaming at you that the person that you were with is not the person that you need to be with, because this person is not going to nurture you in the way that you need to be nurtured, okay? The High Priestess talks about intuition and spirituality. This card lets me know that, yes, you did love the individual that you ended the relationship with. Very much so. This person came off like they were a knight in shining armor, but I want you to compare these two. Do you not see that this is a Queen of Cups and this is a Knight of Cups? I want you to understand this person thinks like an adult, this person thinks like a teenager, okay? But I want to let you know that when these people get into these relationships, they damn sure know how to win a prize to make it look like they are the most mature, endearing people ever. And then when you get to know them, you really get to see their true colors, and they're not so pretty. This person may have very well been your divine masculine or feminine. When I see the Lovers card, this is not the Two of Cups. This is not a soulmate union. This is a very deep connection, okay? Very deep connection. Could have been with the Leo, but this also means that, you know, this is a time where you really need to use your strength, okay? You need to use your strength to get through this time, okay? You need to work on it. That's what this means. The Apprentice is working on something, so you need to work on it. Yeah, you need to work on that, the give and take, okay? And guess what? When I see situations like this and the overall energy is heartache, I want you to look at yourself as the merchant and the beggar. You have to understand there are some things about yourself you need to give to yourself. The things that you were given to the person in the past, you need to give those things to yourself. The love that you were given to that person in the past, give that love to yourself now. And you are also the beggar. So make sure that you go to spirit. And make sure that you go to your spirit guides and angels, and even let your friends help you. Go to positive places and go and be around positive people. Try your hardest not to lay around and dwell on the sadness, because it can consume you if you let it. The Six of Pentacles talks about give and take. I want you to learn how to give and take to yourself at this time, okay? What you would normally give to that person that you were with before, I want you to give it to yourself. This person betrayed you, okay? And we're going to get into it. You love this person very much. It's obvious, okay? Your cup overflowed with love. Very much so. However, there was just too much conflict in the relationship. Too much conflict. All right, Spirit, can you please let me know what it is that, can you let me know what the betrayal was? Commitment. This person did not respect the commitment. You heard something from somebody regarding what this person was doing. They were acting like they were independent. They were acting like they were single, even though they were in a relationship. And guess what they did when they did that? Unfortunately, that is a great way to accumulate karma when you are unfaithful. So that's exactly what they accumulated. When you cheat on your partner and you break a partner's heart, you give your partner the impression that you are committed to them, and then you go out in public and act like you're single when you're in a relationship. They have accumulated karma because it generates heartache. That is why the universe gives us relationships and love relationships, because these love relationships are high vibrational. And when another partner does not respect that, and then they go out and then they have other partners and they create this heartache, what it does is it breaks that vibration. And when it breaks that vibration, there's a price to pay for that. Okay, and that's called karma. Okay, and that's between your ex-partner and the universe. Don't worry about that, okay? Because shit's gonna hit the fan with them. Don't worry about that. Right now, what you need to do is worry about you, Cappy, okay? Worry about you and recovering and knowing that when a person is not faithful, when a person does not treat you the way that you deserve to be treated, it has everything to do with them and nothing to do with you. Now, I said this on another one of my readings, And a lot of people like to say, and sometimes it is true, that when you get into a relationship with somebody, you guys are mirroring each other's behavior. Well, that's not necessarily true. Otherwise, you wouldn't hear the cliche, opposites attract. A lot of times, we like to fall in love or get in relationships with people who are opposite of us. For example, if you're a very reserved individual, let's say you're like the nerdy, brainiac type, you're probably going to like Mr. Badass or Mrs. Badass, because that's a part of your personality that you would never touch because you're not familiar with that. You just don't feel comfortable in that arena. You understand what I'm saying? And the reason why I brought that up is because if those are the types of relationships that you're attracted to, you have to be prepared for the types of things that people with those types of characteristics come with, okay? If you get into a relationship with somebody that's a badass or a bad boy or whatever, pay attention to their characteristics, because likely, that person is showing you who they are. You got to believe them the first time. And if they're wild to the bone, then likely they have a long ways to go to understand what devotion means, okay? And when a person is not devoted to you, it has nothing to do with you. It has everything to do with them and their learning skills. They need to learn how to be devoted, okay? And usually what teaches them about devotion is when they get into a relationship with somebody, and that somebody that they are so-called head over heels for whatever reason is not devoted to them. And then the first person that they think about is your heart that they broke. And then they're going to be like, damn, now I get why it's so important to be devoted. So what I see is that this person was not faithful. This person was giving to more than one person. It created a lot of conflict, broke your heart. You guys were lovers for a while. This person was your knight in shining armor, but your intuition told you that this person was not up to par to begin with. So you moved on, and you took everything with you that you learned out of the relationship, Capricorn. You realize that this person was immature in love, and that's exactly what they are. They are very immature in love. Look, they digressed in the relationship. They got comfortable and digressed. See, here you are, the mature individual. They act like a teenager when it suits them, and a child when it suits them. They likely act like this when they go home to mom and dad. You know what I'm saying? And then they act like this around you so that, they're not too childish. But you genuinely love this person, which makes sense because that's where the heartache comes in, okay? This person digressed in the relationship because they got comfortable. Yeah, you made them happy. You did make them happy. I feel like that's their energy. You balanced them out even, but they took it for granted. And that is just such a common story. So I also feel like you did a lot of things for this person as well. I feel like you did a lot of things for this person, okay? Because the Queen of Wands, she's an action-oriented individual. You did a lot of things for this person. And it took strength for you to do it. I feel like you went out of your way to do a lot of things for this person. And this person made you happy as well. Unfortunately, this person was a slow-moving individual, okay? This person was slow to commit, slow to tell you that they loved you, slow to do the things that normal people would do in healthy, loving relationships. Sometimes when I see this card, I would even say that they were methodical, okay? Because this horse is not moving. This horse is black, which is indicative of the ego. So you have to understand that this person is ego-driven, okay? Ego is what drives this individual. Not only do they need to look at themselves on the inside and ask themselves why they feel like it's okay to hurt people in this fashion without batting an eye, you also have to ask yourself why you allowed yourself to be in this relationship to begin with. What made you think that this person was going to do better than what they did? And this is one of the hardest parts about heartache. And I'll give you my example. When I ended my relationship, at first I tried to be as angry with my ex for as long as I could, but the truth is I had to be angry with myself because he was showing me all the signs of an irresponsible individual from day one. I fell in love with who I wanted him to be, not with who he was. Okay? And once we get to that point, that's when we really start to begin the healing process, okay? And that's what the hermit represents, really going within and digging deep. What did you learn out of this relationship? What did you learn mostly about yourself? Because when you do that work, you know what happens, Capricorn? You level up like hell. And when you do that, you attract somebody else. You attract another partner that's on your level. Not on the level of the person that you left, but on your level because you grew from the last relationship that you were in. And the chances of this type of heartache, if any heartache at all, are slim to none because you've graduated, you've grown. And that's what relationships are about. They're about growth. That's how we grow, through relationships and experience. This person had you feeling left out in the cold, and this person may have even messed with your finances. This person may have even taken money from you. This person came and went as they please. This person was the player type. Very selfish, would go away from the town and do whatever the hell they wanted to do when you weren't looking. That's exactly what this card, look at it. Look how tight this person, money on the mind, money in their hands, money on their feet. Their foundation is finances. I told you they are ego driven. You have to understand it was all about their image, okay? And what they looked like. And you have to understand people like that, when they enter into relationships, it is not very likely that they entered into the relationship with you for for very deep reasons. They were in this relationship with you because you made them look good. They like to take you around their friends and say, "Ooh, ain't she fine or ain't he fine?" You know what I mean? Like, this person is very ego driven. Very ego driven. Selfish. But you saw yourself having a happy family with this person, and you might even have children with this person. Spirit, does this person have children? Sacrifice. Yeah, I feel like some of you, not all of you, some of you have children with this person, and that's what made it hurt so bad. Okay, now, some of you, this relationship is salvageable. Why do I say that? I say it's salvageable because if you have children, I want to let you know, people who have been together for 80 years, don't think there was no infidelity throughout that 80 years, okay? Am I telling you to put up with infidelity? No. But what am I telling you? Relationships are about endurance. And the nature of endurance and what you have to endure is different from relationship to relationship. Okay, so if you feel as though this relationship is salvageable, if you have children, I recommend you look into that. If you want a private reading to see if that's even worth your time, my information's in the description box, okay? However, as of now, I feel like even if the finest man on the planet, finest woman on the planet were to come to you and say, "Baby, please, I love you, come be with me right now," you would look at them and be like, "No, I don't want you." Because the only person that's going to make you happy right now is the person that you were with. That person really did make you happy. And so you're going through a period of depression, which is very normal, okay? I feel like this person loved you too, in their own way. This person would alternate in mature states. That's what I'm saying. They would be a teenager when it's convenient. They would be childish when it's convenient. And then they would really lay it on thick when it's convenient. You want somebody who is stable, who knows how to act like an adult at all times. Not just a percentage of the time. Not just sometimes. And you certainly don't want anybody who acts very childish, okay? Those days are over, all right? Especially if you have children with somebody. One of the things that we have to think about, and this is not just Cappies, this includes me. We have to think about how the shortcomings of not only ourselves, but also the partners that we pick, these things inadvertently teach our children how to have those same shortcomings. And that's why it is so important for us to think about what it is we're showing our children. But this person would alternate between how mature they wanted to be that day. Looks like the relationship is dead, my love. Okay, and for some of you, you don't want to hear that, but I'm telling you right now, if this card popped up, it's because Spirit found that it would be best this way. Things would get worse later on down the line if Spirit did not bless the death of this relationship. It had to die so that something better could live. Spirit has someone better in store for you. It may not be tomorrow and it may not be next month because you have some healing to do. But trust me, if Spirit allows a relationship to die, it is for very good reason, okay? This person was codependent, okay? This person may have had some addiction issues, or this person may have been addicted to you and what you brought to the table for them. Spirit, can you clarify? Yep. This person was dependent upon what you were bringing to the table, particularly whatever it was financially. This person was dependent upon whatever finances you brought to the table. And that makes you very sad, and I do understand that. Okay, but the 5 at the top, and I saw a couple of them so far, is the number of change, and Spirit is pushing you in the direction of change because change is very much needed for you in your life right now for your betterment. And see this other 5 right here, this 5 of Pentacles. You have to understand there are many times when we get into relationships and we won't end them because it's familiar. We know that the relationship is total garbage. We know that we deserve better. We know that this person is not, okay, for example, if you're a woman, we know this person's not a provider. We know this person doesn't play with the children. We know that this person is like falling short of the glory of freaking, I don't know, not even, I mean, they're just not even cutting it close. But we deal with it. And why do we deal with it? Because it's familiar to us. And things that are familiar to us trap us. These are the things that keep us trapped because it's familiar to us. So when that happens, Spirit will go ahead and snatch that thing from us. Even though Spirit knows it will hurt us in the moment, Spirit knows that that moment, in terms of the amount of time that you have here on this earth, it's just a small time frame, and it's a learning experience that's going to help you level up and grow. Okay, so that is why Spirit allows relationships to end, even though it can be so painful. Okay, Spirit doesn't do it to hurt you, because I see that there's some confusion. Some of you are like, but I'm confused as to why this relationship ended and why this person cheated. Well, you have to understand, this person thought they knew best. They thought the grass was greener on the other side, but I'm telling you, it's not. See, look, even when it comes to their thought process, they go ahead and alternate. They decide when they want to act like an adult, and they decide when they want to act like a teenager. This is the King of Swords, and this is the Knight of Swords. I'm letting you know straight up. This person can alternate in terms of maturation. This is very strange. This person just decides when they want to be an adult and when they don't. Now, this is the decision card. Spirit, what decision is it that they need to make? What action you need to take, Capricorn? Spirit is saying that you need to come up with the master plan, baby, regarding this situation. You need to decide in your mind that this is complete, that this relationship is complete. Because, see, here's the thing. Physically, the relationship is over. Obviously, this relationship is over. Spirit is asking you to come to the conclusion in your mind that you know that it's best, that it is over. Accept the completion of the relationship. Know that Spirit allowed this relationship to come into your life for one reason and one reason only, and it's to make you better through the process of learning. Again, that's how we learn through relationships. Spirit is asking you to process the fact that it's over for your betterment. I know that's not an easy one. And judgment means that something has to end in order for something to begin. See, let me tell you something. Spirit has something really amazing in store for you later on down the line. I promise you that. Otherwise, Spirit is not an advocate of pain. It is not a high vibration. Spirit is going to perpetuate anything that is a high vibration. But Spirit would not allow things to happen the way they did unless Spirit has something so much better in store. Spirit, I hope that's what we're about to talk about. That's right. Guess what? Now that you're not putting all of your time and energy into this chameleon of maturation, now you can go ahead and focus your attention on your finances. Because I have a feeling that your finances were so much better before you met this person. You're going to get back on the ball financially. You're going to be better at knowing when to turn your back against situations that are no longer serving you. Excellent. You're going to know when to cut things off. You're going to know when things don't belong in your life. You're going to be a lot better at setting boundaries. Excellent. You're going to know when you're going to, you know what else you're going to know how to do? This card just told me. You're going to know how to just drop the baggage. You're not taking any of this baggage with you. Any of the baggage that this person tried to leave behind with you to try to infiltrate on other future relationships, you're not taking that with you. Because do you see this fool right here? He just has a little bag right here. He ain't got a whole lot with him. He's not taking a whole lot of baggage with them. You're like, cool, okay, I learned what I learned. It's all good. I'm here today, and I'm still just as beautiful today as I was yesterday. I'm moving on, baby. And this time when I go to that grass, it will be greener for me. I don't know what you got to look forward to, but it's going to be green for me. And you're not taking any baggage with you. And that's a good lesson to learn, because I'm going to tell you right now, a lot of people have a lot of hard time with that. You know what I mean? Letting the baggage go. But you know that this person's behavior was this person's behavior. It had nothing to do with you. So why carry that baggage? It's not yours to carry. The world is in your hands, baby. So take it by the horns and ride it. Spirit is telling you, if you stay focused, what will happen? Oh, yes. You'll be the best nurturer. And guess what, for marriage material? Do you know who the Queen of Pentacles counterpart is? It is known as the marriage material card in tarot. It is the King of Pentacles. He is stable, and all of the aura colors in that picture are there. Her counterpart is the King of Pentacles. He's a provider. He takes care of his woman. And just like she's known for being a nurturer. And just like she nurtures her man, he nurtures her the same. But in a way that a man knows that he's to nurture his woman, and she does the same. The beautiful thing about this, what this tells me, is that this relationship, no matter what heartache you're experiencing now, Cappy, for whomever this is resonating with, it did not damage you to a place where you are afraid to love again. It did not stop you from being able to trust again. That's good. Excuse me, because you don't know how many people, their hearts break and they're scared to trust, they're scared to love, but I don't see that for you. I see you ready to love again and ready to nurture again. And when that happens, guess what? They come. Oh yeah, they come. What I tell you, oh my God. You saw me shuffle, baby, and you see I'm happy for you. I told you. When you're ready to nurture the next one, they come. And then guess what? You're going to be thinking about Mr. who broke your heart. Who? Mrs. who broke my heart. Who? You ain't even going to be thinking about that person. Oh, my God. Told you. Spirit has something better for you, because that other person was giving you a short harvest. They were taking, they weren't giving anything. And on top of that, they were telling all of your personal business. That person, you know what I mean, may have been your divine masculine or your divine feminine. And that's the thing about those types of relationships. They come with the hardest lessons. And you may revisit this individual later on down in life, but right now, you have a soulmate union to attend to very soon. And given that I see the number 2 at the top, excuse me, I don't think it would be any longer than 2 months. 2 also is the number of manifestation. It takes 2 people to make a baby, right? To create anything. So now is the time for you to let spirit know that you are ready. You're ready for another relationship. Go out of this thing with grace. Go out of this thing in love and say, you know what? I'm ready to love again. And guess what? As soon as you do that and really mean it, guess what you just created? This soulmate union that's coming. So then you're going to have a soulmate union. You're going to have like new work that's going to be bringing in good money. You're going to be defending yourself from this person who thought the grass was greener on the other side. You're going to have a whole brand new beginning. Shall I continue? And guess what? All of this anxiety that you have been feeling behind this breakup is going to go bye-bye. Because it's not necessary. This person that you ended the relationship with is not worth all of this anxiety. This person has a lot of growing up to do. They were not on your level. And I'm not saying that to judge. I'm saying that, like, truthfully, they were not on your level. You don't flip-flop between if you want to be a teenager one day, a child one day, and an adult the next. This person has a problem with that, and I see that in the cards, okay? So in closing you out, Cappies, you walked away from a relationship from someone that you loved, and I understand that that's a difficult thing to do, but sometimes the most difficult things to do are the most necessary things to do. Why? Because, baby, you got a King of Pentacles waiting for you, honey. And before you meet this King of Pentacles, you never know. You just might date for a little while and get a little bit more practice when it comes to dating. That's what the Seven of Pentacles means. Make sure you don't steal from yourself by picking the wrong individual. Use your intuition by picking someone who is good to you. Make sure you talk to the cosmos before you make your decision, because Spirit will always answer your prayer. Because you put in the work. Because you put in the work, you are going to get that blessing back. Capricorn, do not worry about this heartache. Heartache is a part of life. We've all experienced it. It doesn't make it any easier when you're in the midst of it. But I want you to know that no heartache comes without this wonderful pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. Okay, Cappies? Until next month, babies. Namaste.